the founder and CEO of TheirStory. In this video, I'll walk you through how to prepare and launch an interview. So in TheirStory, the first step for setting up an interview, say that you might have a week from today, is to click on this button here that says Prepare Session in the top right. And you'll then want to title the session. So for example, you might label it as the interview with Bob Dylan, who is going to be sharing his testimony with you next week. And you're going to choose here the option of one-on-one or group call. Testimonials is a case where you're actually sending out a list of questions to people that they respond to on their own time without you in the room. So that's more like an asynchronous collection of recordings. So you won't be using that. Instead, you'll be using one-on-one or group call, which is just a typical video conference call that you can record. So I'll click on continue here. And by default, all recordings that you conduct are private just to you, and your professor will also be able to see all of the recordings from all the students in the class. If you would like your other classmates to be able to view the interviews that you do, then you can choose this option here to automatically share the recording into the class-wide folder. You can also choose to keep it private initially, and when you're ready, put it into the folder. I'll show you that towards the end of the video. I can click on continue from here. And if you want to send an automated email in advance to your interviewer, you can use our system to do that. You'll also have the opportunity to create a custom email separately, and I'll show you that too. Let's say I wanted to go ahead and send this. I'm just going to type in the email address. I'm going to press the tab key here to lock it in. If you forget to press tab, that's okay. We'll automatically lock it in for you once you hit create session. So I'll hit create session, and here we go. We just saw our prepared session for our interview with Bob Dylan show up here. Now, your prepared sessions will show up in the prepared sessions tab. So we have also here the sessions tab, which is where all of your recordings will show up. And then prepared sessions is where you can find any upcoming recordings. And once they're done, you can also go ahead, and if you want to clean up your space, you can archive your recordings. And that'll just show you then what perhaps you have coming up. Now, what did that automated email look like? Well, I sent it to my personal email here. So I'll go ahead and click on interview with Bob Dylan, and it'll just say, hi, it'd be great to hear your thoughts about whatever you titled that interview. To join the video call, simply click on the link. No need to create an account or install anything in advance. Looking forward to speaking with you soon. Sincerely, and then your name, whatever it is in our system. So that's it. Really, really simple and generic. But if you want to create your own custom email instead of using our system, you can do that just by clicking on the copy link button here, and then that'll automatically copy the to your clipboard this interview link. And then if you wanted to, say, send an email custom to someone, you could say, put in their email address here in your email client, interview link, and I'll say, Isaac, here's the link for our interview coming up. Thanks again for sharing your story with me. See you soon. Whatever you want to say. You can do that and then just paste that link in here. I did Command V. I'm on a Mac, so Command V. If you're on a PC, you can do Control V to paste. Or if you just wanted to right click in the text field and hit paste, that'll also then paste that link from your clipboard. And then you can go ahead and send off your email. I also typically will send people a calendar invite So we don't yet have an integration with Google Calendar or Outlook Calendar. So you would just do that manually. So maybe my interview is coming up a week from today, and I'll just go ahead and create a calendar invite, and I'll say interview for Lilly School, and then I'm just going to paste the link that I have copied to my clipboard into the location field, and add my invitation, or add whomever I'm inviting, and then you can put in if you want to add anything in the description for an agenda or anything else. But the main thing to do here is just to paste that link into the location field. And then you can just hit save, and that's it. And then so you have that that calendar invite out. It's on their calendar, and then when it comes time for the day of the interview, you and or they can just click on the link for the interview, and that's it. And then it'll launch the call. So this is a really simple way to set up an interview and then be able to access it at a later date and get it to your interviewee. And this is what it will look like to join the call. First, you'll have a kind of green room where you can test your microphone. We can see it's working because the audio wave is displaying. We can update our speakers or microphone or camera. You can update your name if you want, and then just hit join call. And then that will take you into the video call interface. Similarly, for your interviewee, when they click the link, they'll go through that same experience, that waiting room where they can update any of their settings, and then they'll join in here, and it'll just be like a regular a video conference call where you'll see them, they'll see you, and once you're ready to record, you can just press that record button. And as you're recording, if there's any moments where you need to pause for any reason, bathroom break, maybe it's an emotional moment and you want to offer to the interviewee, do you want to take a moment? I can pause the recording. Whatever it is, whatever that reason, you can do so just by hitting this pause button. And you'll see that we know it's paused because the counter has stopped ticking up. It's grayed out. When you're ready to restart that recording, you can just hit that record button again. And we see it's now resumed the recording. We have that red light that's blinking, the counter's ticking up. And then whenever you are finished with the interview, you'll just hit the stop button here. And once you stop the recording, that's it. You won't be able to restart it. So we just give you a little fair warning just to double check if that's what you want to do. And so you'll hit stop recording. And at this point, one of the things that we do in TheirStory is that we ensure really high kind of studio quality audio and video. And what we're doing is having, in addition to the cloud recording on each person's device, we're actually recording their audio and video from the device itself. And so once you stop the call, it's important just to check this information tab that you can get to from the recording settings, and then information, and you can see the status of that upload. Both you and the interviewee should just stay on the call for that extra 30 seconds. You saw in the bottom left a success notification. You can also see that upload is successful here. So it should only take about 30 seconds or a minute for that to finish, and then you are good to go. You can both leave the call. And so you'll just hit end call. And then we do metadata collection right at the point of recording. So you'll just put in the details here for your name and your interviewee, so Bob Dylan. And you'll also be able to view back that recording too, and then add in any other details you want. You actually shouldn't see this export to permanent when you do the recording. That's a custom integration that I have. If you do see it, you can go ahead and just uncheck the box ultimately. If you leave it checked, not a big deal either. But that will just be syncing to a preservation system that we use on the back end. So if you wanted to add any other details, a description or tags, that'll just help to make the content more searchable long-term. Not necessary, but you can. And then I'll just hit Save Story. And that's it. This is all you have to do to conduct an interview using TheirStory. And now, if you do have access to the organizations panel, if you're an org manager, it'll take you back to the organizations tab. If not, it'll take you right back to your project. But if I just click on the IU Lilly Family School Philanthropy Organization and then go into the Generous Societies project, then I'll find that here is my interview that is in the class-wide folder that I had just organized. And there it is. Our AI transcription has already kicked in the background, and I can just click on that transcript. And if it's not yet ready, it'll say transcribing, but here we go. The transcript is connected to every word of the recording. So if you double click on any word, it'll skip to that moment. And if you wanted to take any notes on the recording or pull out any key moments, you can do that as well. Maybe you want to go back and find a moment later to share with the class. You can just highlight a portion of the transcript that really stood out to you, hit create new clip, and I'll say a nice moment. And maybe they were talking about their experience during COVID-19 or whatever that might be. Hit save, and then in the clips tab, it'll actually pull out that moment that you can then go back to easily. This is just kind of a nice added feature, but ultimately, this is a quick look into conducting an interview, accessing the transcript, being able to easily navigate that transcript by double-clicking on any words, which will help you review and ultimately learn from that experience. Last bit that I'll show here is if I hit create index. I'm just gonna call this an index here. You can label it whatever you want. You can also take like time-coded notes on the call. So if you just click on the add a bookmark here. I'll ask another question next time, and maybe you just want to analyze how you conducted an interview, or maybe you want to bookmark a key moment that they shared. This is also another way to be able to add your own kind of annotations on top of a recording. And once you've done that, then you can always just click on that timestamp and skip to that moment. So again, another way just to learn from the interviews that you do, mark your own kind of key moments, or again, you can also create individual clips that you can download as your own video or audio files. Say if you're going to create like a podcast, or you want to share a clip and create a highlight reel at the end of the semester, whatever that might be. So ultimately, thank you again. So excited to be supporting your work with this class, and here to help. Feel free to reach out anytime. This recording will also be in a folder that I'll create for the class for getting started. Thank you so much.